Hey everybody, I'm Mike and thanks for checking out the channel. Today we're going to do kind of a different video where we are going to be talking about 5 bands that I really think are on the verge of completely headlining major festivals. Now the number one band on this, you will say they are headlining this year, some of these festivals, especially overseas, but I think they are really on the verge of worldwide market becoming huge and headlining over here in the United States also. I know they're doing some headlining in Germany, but this is just the 5 bands. There's a lot more than 5 bands, and I encourage you to put what 5 are, which ones you think should be on the list also that are on the verge of breaking out. So, as I say, you should know probably all of these bands, but I think they're now going to that level of, where like a band like Slipknot started on the festival thing, started moving up, then got to the top of it, and now they could tour with Knotfest, where they're the headliner doing their full headlining show around arenas and stadiums and stuff like that. So these are 5 metal bands that I think are really on that verge. So over here I have their Wikipedia pages open, so if you see me looking over here, I am just reading about the band, what it says, where they're from and stuff like that, because while I love the bands, I don't know a ton of information about them, except for a couple of them I know a little bit. So, all right, the number 5 band on this list that I really think is on the verge of hitting kind of big, and they really just had a big song that's really going out there now with the song from the movie Terrifier 3, and their lead singer Spencer does a lot of horror festivals, and I saw that they're coming to Ohio, and they're actually playing a big arena place, like a college arena that holds like 13,000 people and headlining, and they opened for Metallica on their 72 Seasons tour, and that is this band right here, Ice Nine Kills. Ice Nine Kills is a favorite of mine because they blend and mix metal music with horror themes. They have a whole album called Welcome to Horrorwood, and it's just off of different kind of movies like American Psycho and Terrifier 3, we know on the new song. So I'm going to read a little bit about them. They're American metalcore band from Boston, Massachusetts, known for their theatrical, horror-inspired themes and cinematic music videos. Formed in 2002 by frontman Spencer Carness, the band began with a ska punk sound before evolving into a heavier, more theatrical metalcore approach. Ice Nine Kills gained widespread recognition with their 2018 concept album, The Silver Screen, which is amazing. I recommend to go check it out, which each track is inspired by a different iconic horror film, such as Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Halloween. The success of the album cemented their reputation for blending metalcore with storytelling and horror aesthetics. The band followed it up with 2021, The Silver Scream 2, and that was Welcome to Horrorwood, which is an awesome album. And I realize I said The Silver Screen and Silver Scream, the first one. That is such a good one. They are such a good metal band. Love their music videos. They're crazy. Anyone who's seen the video for A Work of Art, man, that is just an extreme horror, like gore video that's something straight out of the movie Terrifier. Makes sense for that. So Ice Nine Kills is one of my bands that I think really has the opportunity to be headlining festivals, and that leads me to band number 4. And this one might be one that people in the United States have not heard of as much, but in Japan have really just hit the market and are crushing it over there, and they're so good, and they're a thrash power metal, all-female band, and that band is one of my favorite bands in the world right now, and that is Love Bites. So let me tell you about it. It says here on their page, Love Bites is an all-Japanese, it's a Japanese all-female heavy metal band from Tokyo, formed in 2016, known for their powerful blend of classic heavy metal, speed metal, and power metal. They draw strong influence from Western metal legends like Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. The band is praised for their technical musicianship, aggressive riffs, and melodic solos, with English lyrics that appeal to a global audience. Fronted by vocalist Asami, soaring vocals, and backed by a virtuoso lineup, Love Bites has gained international acclaim through chart-topping albums, award wins, and performances performances at major festivals like Wacken Open Air and Download Festival. Can't read. I'm just missing words and messing them up. But Love Bites is one of my favorite bands. And if you have not heard this band, I would say check out their music videos, but check out their live performances. The two guitar players with, I know the one's name I always pronounce. I'm not even going to try to pronounce names because people get mad at me when I do it. So I will say I know it as Miyoko. She is just a virtuoso on piano and guitar, and the way they all play together. I know bass player Fami. It's just, they're one of the tightest bands I've ever seen, and I think the more they come over, like they did a tour in the United States recently, and it really kind of started bringing them out to people. I think the more notoriety that they get as forming in 2016, but really getting out there around 2021, 22, they're really on the verge of doing something special and crossing over into other countries and being a huge, huge band. So it's my number 4 band. I know I've got a ton of Love Bites fans on here when I do reaction videos. Absolutely love this band. They are so good. When you hear the solos between the two guitar players, just absolutely, absolutely crushing it. So that is one of the bands, number 4 on my list. Like I said, no particular order here. Just kind of where I'm putting 5 bands out there. Number 3 is a band that I saw a year ago. They were the opening band for Mastodon and Gojira tour. And this year they are coming back to that same venue, which is holds about 7,000 people, 8,000 people, and they are the headliners this year. And they were just at Hellfest, and they've been doing the festival circuit overseas. And that band, who has a new album coming out in September, and I love this band, is right here, and that is Lorna Shore. If you have not heard Lorna Shore, I will not even go to the Wikipedia thing just to say, because I've been such a fan of this band. Will Ramos is the lead singer. They are like a symphonic metal, but their music sounds like it really sounds like it's out of a movie. You know, they're really known like for the album that really got me into them was just recently, a couple years ago, which was A Pain Remains, and they do a 3-part trilogy song on this, Pain Remains 1, 2, and 3. I know it's deathcore, like screaming kind of vocals. It lyrically, musically is one of the most beautiful trilogy songs I've ever heard. And if you watch a previous video where I did about my favorite songs that were trilogies, that were 3 parts, like Don't Cry and the Extreme one from their album, this was my favorite one. It even beat out The Wall, which is like a big favorite of mine. But Lorna Shore is just killing it. They are so talented, so good. This band definitely should be a headliner, and I think on the festival charts, as more and more people hear them, when people say, oh, you can't do it with the screaming vocals, well, Slipknot did it back then, and I think this band is just pushing the boundaries of musical limits, and they are really taking it to a whole nother level. Love this band. My goal is one day to get Will Ramos on this channel to interview him, because he is just incredible. The whole band is incredible. So if you haven't heard Lorna Shore, check them out. They are absolutely fantastic. Love this band, and I think they are definitely, like I said, headlining this year. I'm really excited for that show. It's such a killer show with Lorna Shore, Black Dahlia Murder, Shadows of Intent. Just a great lineup. Going to be a fun, amazing night. So I will go, and that will lead me to number 2. In this band, in my explanation, I will say, welcome to the Wild, Wild East. And this band is from India, and oh my God, are they fantastic. They are so good. I got to learn about them from the song that they had called Gadar a couple years ago, and that was the first song I heard, and then I started going back, and their music was just incredible. Just so good. They mix that like 2000 metal with like has the rap in it also, but musically talented. They are so good, and they just released a new album, and the band that I am talking about at number 2 is this one right here. That is Bloodywood. If you have not had a chance to check out Bloodywood, man, you do not know what you are missing. Their albums are so intense, songs are so fantastic. Just the mixture of meaningful lyrics. They do a whole thing about like abuse and different things that went on in the culture from where they're from. And their new album, New Delhi, wow. Wow. It's got a banger song with baby metal called Back Off. They got the song New Delhi, and then they actually have a song called Tadka that's all about cooking. And you would think, how could you take a song about food and make it metal? And they absolutely did. And I will look up a little bit on their page from them. Bloodywood is an Indian metal band known for blending traditional Indian folk music with heavy metal, rap, and powerful social commentary. Formed in New Delhi, the band initially gained attention through metal covers of popular songs before evolving into a fully original act. They are so good. I'm just saying this band, this last album that's out here, they're right now on tour with Baby Metal opening up. I think they are on the verge of really, really blowing up. They've blown up in India kind of whole thing and in Europe, and you're seeing the crowds are just absolutely going crazy here in the United States for them. They play some of the festivals. I do think they are playing Incarceration here. Or they played Sonic Temple that was here, and amazing. They're just drawing huge audiences for their performances. If you have not heard this band, go to whatever music streaming service you have and just look up Bloodywood. Take the entire journey of their entire catalog, and you will be so amazed at how great this band is. So good. They're in, God, I can't think of the name of the movie, but there's a new movie on Prime that's like an action movie, and they're actually the band in the movie, and it was really cool when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. So, Bloodywood, my number 2 band right there. So, we will pull this off, and that leads me to my number 1 band. This probably won't be a surprise to most people because just this year they've really started headlining a bunch of the festivals, and they've gotten a bigger audience in the United States, but I think they're on the verge of headlining all festivals everywhere that they come because their sound is so unique, so fun, so metal. Talk about mixing like dance with this EDM with full-on deathcore metal to new metal to everything. And their shows are energetic. They do just amazing fun songs. And their latest song, which is a song called Reverie, is kind of a more serious topic and has one of the best all-time breakdowns that I've ever heard in a song. And the band that I am talking about here that I feel will be headlining everywhere within the year is this band right here. And that is Electric Callboy. Wow. They are so much fun. They're just fantastic. Like the first time I heard them was a song called We Got the Moves, and the video is hysterical, but it is such a banger of a song. And then they did a cover of Every Time We Touch, and it's the singer, I believe his name is Derek. Let me look up here. The main singer, I'm going to say Derek is what I believe it is. But the other singer, Kevin, is just, he has one of the best crazy, like, lead vocal, screaming vocals that I've ever heard. I'm trying down to see here if they say their names, because this is just like a synopsis of the band. But I do believe that's their name. If I got it wrong, I apologize, because they are incredible. They just headlined Hellfest. Go back and watch that. They got the drummer from Sum 41 in the band now for this tour. They do a cover of Still Waiting, but all their originals are so much fun. Everyone that I've introduced this band to is just like, man, if they come anywhere near our state, we're going there just to see them live, because they are such a fun band. Incredible, like, musicianship, great lead singing vocals mixed with heavy growling vocals. Just, man, a blast. And this band already is kind of blowing up. So I think it's this year that this band is really going to take it to every festival and be headlining, because, to be honest with you, I feel like they should, because they are that good. That good. Let me look up here and see if I could find the names, just so I'm not being an idiot and not knowing, because I don't know why I thought it was Derek. I don't think it is, kind of, but Let me see here. We go to Google.com. Electric Callboy. Look up the band. I know one of them is Kevin. So I know that officially. Let's go down. Why can't I find a Wikipedia page? Everything's got to be difficult. Here we go. The lead singers are Nico. All right. Definitely got that kind of, yeah, Kevin and Nico. So those are the two lead singers. I don't know where I got Derek. That is just way off. So terrible, terrible, terrible from me. But Nico and Kevin. Kevin, I believe, is the one that does the screaming vocals. And just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing band. If you have not checked them out, I say go check them out. There's some new songs like Reverie, Elevator Action, Elevator Operator, Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta with Baby Metal, which is fantastic. And this band is just crushing it, man. You are not going to be sorry if you listen to them. They are so much fun. Their shows are so energetic. And I think they're on top of the heap, man. They're the band to really break it out. They're getting huge views, and they're headlining and crushing it. So that's my list of 5 bands that I think are about to really take it to the next level of headlining festivals everywhere. As I said, Electric Callboy is already really headlining over in Europe and stuff like that. So I fully imagine some of these festivals here in the United States. I go to Incarceration here, and there's Sonic Temple that's here. I do think in the next year, on one of the nights, Electric Callboy will be one of the headliners. Just feel like that next year. And I keep seeing Lorna Shore moving up the list. I keep seeing Bloodywood move up the list. I keep seeing Love Bites. I don't see because they're not playing as many as American shows, but they are really gaining a full audience. And I think as that goes, you're going to see them at more festivals in the United States. And Ice Nine Kills, I think the Metallica thing really helped them. And they're moving way up the list, and I'm happy to see that they're playing arenas like when they come here to Ohio. So my list, you tell me yours. As I always say, music makes life better. Thanks for checking out the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Have an amazing, amazing day. And as I say, if you're climbing up, reach down and pull someone up with you, because the world needs a lot more people lifted up and not torn down. I will see you later. Bye.